Black GI, is it fair to serve more than the white Americans that sent you here? Nothing is more confused than to be ordered into a war to die without the faintest idea of what's going on.
The Five Bloods is the latest film from legendary director Spike Lee. The film follows a group of black Vietnam vets as they travel back to Vietnam to recover the body of their fallen leader, as well as a large stash of gold that was lost. I really can't imagine a better time for this film to come out. I would say that Spike Lee must be a psychic or something, but sadly we all know the shit going on in the world right now has been going on for much longer than any of us have been alive. I'm going to try not to get too political, as this is just a movie review, and Spike has done that himself in basically every interview for the movie.
Agent Orange is going to go down as the worst president in the history of the United States of America.
If you want to hear someone's opinion on race relations in America, you'd be better off listening to him than a scrawny 22-year-old white kid. I personally find Spike's catalog to be rather hit or miss. You have a lot of great films like Do the Right Thing and Black Klansman, but then there's also movies like the Old Boy remakes scattered in there.
Father?
Thankfully, this one is definitely a hit. The script is very smartly written, and I love the way Spike uses PTSD as a metaphor for how the racist policies of the past linger on and still affect people today. There are lines of dialogue in this movie that seem like they had to have been written in just the past month. But, like I said, this isn't a new problem. There isn't a single weak link acting-wise in the film. Delroy Lindo really steals the show, though, and if he doesn't get at least a Best Actor nomination for this, I won't really do anything, but I will be upset. His character starts out, honestly, pretty unlikable. But as the movie goes on, you start to understand his pain and why he feels and acts the way he does. It's really brilliant, both acting and writing-wise. While everyone in the film does a great job, some actors are sadly not given as much to work with as others. The character Melvin is given so little characterization that I had to look up his name 3 times while writing this review. Given how long the film is, I feel like some of the time could have been used better by giving him and other characters something more to do, because at 2.5 hours, the movie does tend to drag at some points. I've seen a few people criticize both this movie and Black Klansman for its use of real footage, particularly real footage and images of death. I understand that most normal people don't want to see things like that when they go to the movies, but I think in the context of these films, it's very important. It's unpleasant to look at, but imagine how bad it was for the people who were in that footage, the people who died. Sometimes we need to see things like that to really be able to grasp what is happening in the world around us, the things we don't see while sitting in our cute little suburban houses sheltered away from the rest of the world. There is, of course, a fine line between realism and gratuity, but I think Spike toes that line well. This isn't Faces of Death. There's a greater message to the film that needs to be heard. Overall, I think this is one of the best films of the year, and one of the best of Spike's entire career. Probably the first Oscar-worthy movie I've seen this year. It runs a little long for my taste, and there are also some weird changes in aspect ratio. I understand why some of them were there, but others just felt a bit unnecessary and distracting. The good of this movie, though, definitely outweighs the bad. I'm very excited to see what Spike does next, because it seems like he might be moving into the best period of his career. I'm giving The Five Bloods an 8 out of 10.